So Rich and I are getting ready to put a little firewood up for the winter. Now that the pantry is done, and now that the weather has broken and the humidity is lower and the temperature is cooler, it's a good time to get out and cut some wood.
Yeah, it's a little more comfortable out here to work for sure. So I thought we would just try and separate some of the small stuff from the big stuff. Cut a few logs and just drag them over there to the splitting area, and then we'll make them into rounds over there.
He's going to try to use the forks to pick up some of the smaller branches. Otherwise, if that doesn't work, he's got to go switch to the bucket and use the chains and the hooks. Welcome to our channel. I'm Kathy, and my husband Rich and I have been building our off-grid, earth-sheltered house here in the Adirondacks of New York State for the past 3 years. Even though we have propane-fired hydronic baseboard heat, we consider that a backup and prefer to heat our entire 1,500 square foot home with our small Vermont Castings Aspen C3 wood-burning stove. Fortunately for us, our home is extremely energy efficient and doesn't need much to heat it up. In fact, last year we only used about 2 cords of wood for the entire winter to keep the house between 68 and 70 degrees. This year we finally have some time to start cutting and splitting our own wood for the winter rather than having to buy it. But we're getting a much later start than we had hoped, and we just aren't sure if the wood will be dry enough to start burning by Thanksgiving. And of course, while processing the firewood, we discovered that there were a few factors in our favor, but also a few that were not. The first thing in our favor is the fact that these logs are not completely green. They were cut into approximately 8 to 10 foot lengths last fall when we're finishing up the burial of our house, and they've been laying here for about 8 months now. Wow, a lot of trees came down. We have a lot of processing to do. We got one more nice log we're gonna get today, and that's that big oak. That'll be good wood to burn. Oh, the fun we have. This is our wood processing area underneath the solar panels, which was exactly how we designed it and expected it to be. We're not done building yet because you see how those boards are 2 inches apart over there? We plan on doing that along the back and along this side. The second thing in our favor is our storage area under the solar panels. Not only will it keep the wood fairly dry, but it will also allow good airflow from all directions. I feel like there's got to be a better way to do this. Where are you? You're behind there. There you are.
Well, ideally we would have some sort of a crib, you know, that would hold the logs, and then we can have them off the ground at a comfortable height and then cut them.
Is that something you buy or you make?
No, we could make something. I just don't know if I'm going to make it today. Do you want to split a few of these, see if this thing starts?
Say 8 months since we last used this. It sat out here all winter.
Yeah, it has. Let's see, choke. I don't know. I forget. I've got to label this thing. It's better. Switch on, choke on. Alright, something's on.
The third thing in our favor was the way we stacked the wood. First of all, it was on the top of a pallet so air can get underneath, but we also stacked the wood loosely so air could flow through all the individually stacked logs in the hopes that this will help them dry faster.
But that's it. I'm tired for today. A little bit every day, you know.
That's right. So what do you think we did? Maybe a quarter of a cord? A third of a cord?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, honestly, that for us, that's great, because what do we use in a winter? 2 cords, maybe?
Yeah. I figure if we just stack this whole thing up to as high as we can, you know, and then maybe some over there. Some of that oak was still pretty heavy, so I'm wondering if it's wet.
It looked wet, I gotta tell you, when I was cutting it. All right, tomorrow's another day.
Hot, yeah.
Lunchtime. Yeah, these beauties are gonna be for the wall in the hall. We're gonna make it a cast iron pot hanging wall. What a beautiful morning. Day 2. We're out here earlier today. Nice and cool. Rich is going to just do a little sharpening before we get started.
Yeah. Just gonna try and touch up this chain a little bit. So I can bring logs on there and they won't roll away. That way I'm off the ground and it's quicker than building something right now. This oak is very hard. Alright, that should be good enough. Just something to hold the logs. Heavy, that's practically all this thing could lift.
Well, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I think that's enough for today, though.
Yeah, if we can do these.
Yeah.
Because those are all hardwood.
All right, I'm gonna get the ATV and load up the chainsaws and meet you over there.
All right.
Rich said those are hard to cut. The oak, super hard wood. And then this stuff, which is American beech, super hard, even harder. You go through chains, but good wood to burn. With the two of us working side by side, we're able to process approximately a half a face cord an hour at a minimum. Considering we only need about 2 cords for the whole winter, we only have to work a few hours a day for maybe a week or 2. Not a big deal, except for the fact that, again, we started a little late this year. Great spot to run out of gas.
Yeah, and you can see how these all the sawdust, how powdery it is. that tells you got a dull chain. When you see nice big chunks, that means it's a sharp chain.
And what about the wood being a little moist? Does that hurt it in any way?
No, it's not that moist really.
Oh.
But it's hard, you know, heavy wood, this one.
Yeah, it is. All right, I gotta go find that moisture meter. I'm curious.
I am too.
So this is 2 days worth of work. Just a couple hours each day. I mean, how long have we really been working? What time is it?
Oh, 10 o'clock, so a couple
2 hours.
Yeah.
And then yesterday we probably did the same. So this is 4 hours worth of work. It's not bad. A couple more days like that and we'll be good for the winter. So I learned a couple of lessons.
What?
I need steel-toed boots.
Yeah, you dropped some on your feet.
Yeah, boy does that hurt.
Yeah, they're just so uncomfortable, those shoes.
I know, but boy oh boy, I could see the need for them. Day 3. It's gonna rain today, so we're just gonna finish up what's here.
Takes a little longer, but you know.
I know. It's all time, honey. Time, time, time.
Once I get it cut, I'll move them and get some more of it.
But it's time well spent, right?
Yeah.
It's good exercise.
A little time each day, it doesn't feel like a whole lot.
Right. We save money. It's good exercise. We're clearing
an hour here.
We're clearing the property at the same time. Less than an hour?
Yep.
All right, what time is it?
5 to 10.
5 to 10, 9:55. I think it's at least a half a cord. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
We do have it stacked really loose so it could dry up, and we will stack the rest of it, but at least a half a cord. This is our moisture meter by General. We bought it on Amazon. We'll leave a link in the description below, but it's really useful in testing the moisture level in the wood. Last year, since we didn't have any time to put any wood up, we ended up buying 2 face cords?
Yeah, about that.
2 face cords, in addition to the cord of wood that we had bought the previous year, that some of it was left over. So anyway, this is our first year really putting up a lot of wood for ourselves. Here's one of the big heavies.
So let's try this one, yeah. This is like something that a lot of what we have. Yeah, 24% is not terrible.
Wow, it's not terrible. We wanted about, I think, less than 20.
Let's try this one. This one looks wet. And we're at 33 on that one. Yeah, so it's a little wet. So here's some of the drier stuff. Let's see. So that's about 16.2.
That's good.
Try this one.
That's really high.
28. That's a dry one. Hang on, there it is, 16. So some of it's drier than others.
Yeah, but I think it'll dry more now.
Yeah.
And the final thing we did that will work in our favor was to split the wetter wood into smaller pieces. This will not only allow it to dry faster, but our stove is small, so it likes smaller logs. I know a lot of people will say it burns faster. However, putting 2 small pieces or 1 large piece, it's still the same amount of BTUs. And for us, with our super energy efficient house, it doesn't really matter. For the record, We did finish in under an hour. I just forgot to document it. So we did good work. It's been a week. How does it look?
It's already looking drier than it was when we split it.
Yeah, it sure is.
You know, it's like splintery, Kat.
Yeah, but will it dry enough over the next 4 months so that we can start burning it around Thanksgiving?
That's the $1,000,000 question, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm Kathy.
And I'm Rich.
And we're creating a simpler life in the Adirondacks.
But simple does not mean easy.
See you in the next video.
That's the crack code. It's hot over here.
It is. It's the afternoon.
I want to take apart some pallets because we're going to use some of the nicer pallet wood for the wall on the hallway there, heading into the kitchen. I was going to try and, rip apart all the nails, but, they always split up at the ends anyway, so I'm just going to run my saw right along the edge, take out all the nice, just leave it with a nice cut.
And then what do you do for the middle?
The middle, we're going to have to gently get those out.